And we're back.
Welcome to Subjectively Correct, episode 39 or something like that. We got to talk. We just watched Star Wars is back, Chuds. Deal with it. It's back.
Sorry,
Get
Chuds.
owned, Chuds.
Star Wars, peak Star Wars, mind you, is back.
Get owned, Chuds. The movie that's in theaters has barely made less money in its opening weekend than the biggest flop in Star Wars history. Suck it, Chuds. Star Wars is back.
After 7 years, Star Wars makes its much-awaited theatrical return in marvelous
Star
fashion.
Wars, The Mandolorian and Grogu.
The movie everyone asked for.
Up there is one of probably the greatest titles of all time for a movie. Just really rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, Star Wars, The Mandalorian and Grogu. It's super well named. Remember when it was like Empire Strikes Back because the Empire was striking back? And then,
dude, even like The Last Jedi.
Yeah, because she was the Last Jedi. Even like the Hitler of Star Wars movies has a name that makes sense. It's not just lazy. Name it the characters that are in the movie. I hate that crap. It's not cool. Also, the logo sucks.
Well, the entire movie sucks. Well, spoiler, I guess the entire movie sucks.
Oh yeah. Spoiler alert: the really obviously terrible movie was in
spoiler
fact
alert.
Not
it is in
good.
fact buns, like we all said it was gonna be.
I hate to inform you, it's not.
So,
peak.
we actually, though we did both see it on Thursday, we saw it opening night.
Yeah.
And we're real Star Wars fans about it. And before we go, we're gonna do the usual. We're gonna go through the plot. Before that, we do the general review from I think the stream is dying. Actually, hold on. 1 second. Let me make sure this is running fine.
I think Ninja might be acting up, but Discord and everything else seems to be fine.
Okay.
Ninja is the only thing.
The audio does in fact sound fine.
The audio is the most important thing.
Yes, except for the video part.
I know. I'm saying video seems to be better.
Ninja does in fact appear to be dying, which is great. I love when stuff works how it's intended.
It's great.
This is great. Whatever technology. This is amazing. This is running about as well as the Mandalorian and Grogu. So whatever. I guess
Grogu is a technical masterpiece. I don't know what you're talking about.
Before we go into each thing, if you want to do a general review of the movie, nothing like that. Let's hear your thoughts on it.
So
try to figure it.
It's 2 hours and 12 minutes of Mando jumping into like life-threatening circumstances and then just like brute forcing his way through it and being completely fine. There's not like a single drop of character work done in the entire movie. Every single person is a hollow shell. The acting is terrible. The direction is, I don't even know if you can say it's worse. I'd say they're both really terrible. And then when the movie ends, you're like, it feels like you've just watched 4 episodes of the show. So the movie feels super duper long for a barely over 2-hour film. And then at the end, it's literally nothing has progressed. Nothing has actually happened. It's just over. It's like,
Are you like gripping your desk right now? Because I just hear faint rubbing against the desk.
I was
scraping,
moving some cables around.
Okay.
But yeah, you kind of just sit there and
Holy Ninja is not enjoying this.
Crazy things happen on screen, and then it's over, and nothing has happened. You end in the same place you begin. No one has changed, and nothing significant has really occurred.
All right, yeah. Maybe just you. I know it'll make things look weird for a second, but if you want to leave and rejoin, see if that fixes any of the connection here. So Mandalorian and Grogu, I would describe it as quite possibly it's probably the longest 4 hours you'll ever spend in a movie theater. But also I guess technically the shortest 4 hours, but it'll feel like about 32 hours.
The movie, because you keep arriving at the logical, like, because your brain is wired that this is a show, because it's a show. So
this is my talk. All right,
sorry,
let me get my.
You.
I know you got a lot to say about this movie, all right, but you already talked for an hour and a half about this, all right. So you had time to. Which, by the way, Jake did a little live stream right after he watched it. You go check that out. What was I in the middle? Yeah, this is 3 episodes of a TV show, but the 3 episodes are from different seasons of the TV show.
Yeah, I would argue 4. I think it's 4 episodes.
But point being, there are 3 different seasons with an individual episode from each season in this, so they don't tie together at all, which makes it really weird.
Yeah,
I've described this to everyone I've said it to when they asked me how the movie was. It is, I've never done acid, but it can't be too different from watching that movie. Like, the scene on, I know I said we weren't going to go into specific scenes, but I just have to get this point. I can't even remember the planet. It's the one that everyone was glazing the synth theme. Well, not that one. It was the type theme, the one.
Yep.
Whatever planet that was called.
I've only heard it referred to as the synth planet, which is just great.
It is one of the worst 20 minutes I've ever seen in a movie. Like,
yeah,
just it was CGI puking on each other, and then and that gave me a headache, and I had no idea what was happening. During that scene, that was awful. Like, the movie itself is just really bad. It's paced horribly. There is no character. Like, there's 2 title characters, neither of which get any development. They have a goal that involves chasing a character that has some of the worst dialogue I've ever heard. It's a movie that is entirely reliant on visual effects fights that look awful because it's all visual effects on the screen that looks terrible. It was clearly shot on the volume, which doesn't help any CGI. They clearly were not allowed to do too much glup shitowing, so it was just like, hey, remember this from the cartoon? Mm-hmm. And then a bunch of old people were fighter pilots.
Yeah.
And no wonder the First Order was able to rise if that's if those are the fighter pilots that were defending the galaxy's freedom or whatever. So yeah, it was, you could say it was bad.
Yeah, that's definitely one thing to say about it.
I haven't actually been looking, but I really haven't seen the typical thing like you got with all 7 Daredevil Born Again fans, where you see it on Instagram and they're just like, "This is peak fire storytelling." Like, literally the only thing, and I would assume the general thing, my guess on what the average review is of this movie on a Twitter or an Instagram or something is like, oh, the story, there's no substance to the story, blah, 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 but it's a lot of fun with action, 6 out of 10. No, they would say 8 out of 10 if they thought it was, but because it's bad, they'll say 6 out of 10. Because that still sounds like a nice review, even though it's a D, but, whatever. We don't. Yeah. Which that's still way too generous, because people don't believe in giving ratings to tentpole movies as below a 6 out of 10. Anything below that would be negative, and I don't want to be negative. Then I'll be like the Chuds.
That would be bad. I know I say I'm a film critic, but I shouldn't be critical of films. That might hurt someone's feelings. I might not get invited back to the red carpet.
I know in your stream you set the stage a bit, which I'm going to do the same thing because it was a little different, but there was a similar. So I had to because I genuinely think it hurt my experience of the movie. I had to watch it in IMAX because the other time slot was not sold out. I couldn't make the other time slot. So it was pretty full because it is a premium viewing format on the holiday weekend, and it is Star Wars even. So, it wasn't sold out. Like, if I had tried to get, I got the tickets day of. If I tried to get a Star Wars movie IMAX primetime showing ticket release day, like years ago, never. Bro. That was like you had to get them things 3 weeks in advance if you wanted any chance of seeing it opening night. No, I mean you just able to walk in. My theater was full with people. I don't, but and then they play. For whatever reason, someone thought it was a good idea to have Minion cut it. Like, Minions play the trailer. It was the dumbest thing. It's so stupid.
I complained about
this.
But
I guess in fairness, they know the target audience because the only people who like Minions are the same people who laugh every time Grogu eats something. So, I guess there's that. But, yeah, so I had to watch 17 Minions trailers and then an actual Minions trailer. And then I had to watch the movie. And I wish I could go back to the Minions trailers.
Yeah. Every Minions thing in my theater, this old couple behind me just laughed every single time. Every single time, I just hear "huh" right behind me, and I was like, "This is going to be the worst movie watching experience of my entire life because these jokes are going to be the entire movie." And I was right. When he feeds Grogu like 55 times and he takes a cookie away from him, right behind me, like, dude. You're an adult with a job, I presume. You're obviously married. You may have reproduced. Like, I hope not, but you may have had children and contributed to society in that regard. Lock in. Like, can you spark up a single thought? It's 3:30 on a Thursday, so you're clearly unemployed. And you're laughing at Mandalorian taking the cookies away from Grogu so he doesn't eat them all.
I do find it funny that you just accidentally implied you're unemployed.
No, I just work like non-traditional job hours.
I know. I just find it funny that you're like, well, if you're watching Minions,
if you're here with me,
you gotta be unemployed.
Well, it's like anytime I'm out and somewhere's busy and it's like normal people work time, I'm like, what are you guys doing? I have a reason that I'm not working right now. You guys need to go to work and get a job.
So my theater really only got one laugh out of most people. I laughed a few times, never when it was supposed to. I was trying to keep it because I was laughing at bad parts. I was laughing at bad parts of the movie, and I was trying to keep it respectful because I was like, you know what, these sweet poor people who have nothing going between the ears when it comes to watching a movie are enjoying it, and I don't want to ruin that for them because at the end of the day, if someone could find enjoyment in this garbage, then I would like to let them live in their blissful unawareness of how awful it is. And then but dude, when Sigourney Weaver pulled up in the X-Wing, I lost it and started hysterically. And it wasn't even like Sigourney Weaver could be doing it. It was just how bad it looked on top of the fact that it was a 70-year-old woman as like
76.
Especially because the last movie I watched in theaters was Top Gun. Yeah. And it's like how real all of the fighter pilot scenes are in that. And it's like, imagining she sits, it's cut to her and there's nothing else in the cockpit despite how like crammed Luke was when he's in the cockpit and like A New Hope, and it's like it's like a whole bunch of empty space, just clearly a green screen, as the old woman with no strain in her voice, not putting any effort in at all, is like, we're gonna bomb the place. And then they cut to Trapper Wolf and he's like, anybody see Mando out there?
Dave Filoni's self-insert character, Trapper Wolf,
the cowboy hat,
the ace pilot Trapper Wolf, who wears a cowboy hat in space. Also an old man who wears a cowboy hat in space. Remember when there weren't bras in Star Wars? But there's cowboy hats, though. There's cowboy hats.
Yeah, but... So that was the time I laughed. But then the people in my theater, they did clap at, or not all of them. Like there was at least 7 or 8 people who clapped in the during the credits in my theater. You are struggling there to connect to this ninja server.
Let me pop back off.
It is not going well for Jake when it comes to.
I have a feeling I'm just gonna have to keep connecting and disconnecting my camera.
Probably.
But yeah, dude, when Mando just like blew up his own house to get him, I was dying.
That was funny.
I was dying.
I died of laughter. There were 3 times when Pedro Pascal delivered an impassionate line that died. One was when he said, "Jump on, let's go," which was in the trailer. It was just even funnier in the movie. The other was probably when he said, "Go, go, I'm right behind you," and it was, "Go, go, I'm right behind you," and it's like supposed to be this emotional moment.
My favorite one was, "I like this kid," and it was about the adult Rod of the Hutt,
and it's so funny because
who's probably like the same age as Zeb, like based
well,
on timeline wise, they
like,
have to be like the same age.
The original that was like Harrison Ford, or not Harrison Ford, Han Solo, which yes, Harrison Ford, but Han Solo saying that about Finn, so it's like, iconic character saying it about this new character. Then it was Thor saying it about Captain Marvel, which is like, okay, not as culturally relevant as Han Solo, but like a really liked character saying about Captain Marvel. And now we're down to the character who is from a spin-off of there's an animated show that's a spin-off of an animated show that's a remake of an old animated show that was a spin-off of the second of the prequel Star Wars movies, saying it about a character who is in a horrible... I forgot there's another spin-off because the show is a spin-off of the animated movie, which was a remake of the original animated story that was a spin-off of episode 2. So that was inspired by a one-line sentence in the original movie. That's how far down the line we are.
Yeah.
The domino effect of writing "I served with your father in the Clone Wars" has led to this. Yeah. So that's where we're at now. Zeb looked awful in most shots of the movie.
It looked terrible.
Yeah,
Rada looks terrible. He's just doing,
dude, the voice
like,
is
bro
so
voice.
bad.
Mando.
You know what's so funny? Remember all the
he
reviews?
Just sounds like
all
a guy.
All the reviews that were like, Jeremy Allen White steals the show, and like,
no, he doesn't.
Rada's such an amazing character, and they play it, and it was like they applied a slight bass filter over him speaking fluent English.
Yeah, not Huddies, mind you.
Which him was like, okay, I still wish you didn't make this sound terrible, but
it also,
sure, maybe because he's been around enough. It was when the twins start speaking galactic basic, where I'm like,
yeah,
really?
You could argue him. It's still just the voice doesn't sound like it sounds exactly like a human and not a giant nasty
with
slug.
a slight deep bass filter because they know Jabba. But like, go listen to Jabba talking.
Well,
in
this is like so you're sitting and watching Return of the Jedi, and he's like talking to them in Huddies, and he's doing the you have his laugh, and you have the I want to you have all that, and then he starts to talk in English just so he doesn't have to translate.
Man.
And this is like if Jabba, after all that intimidating the soul, all that stuff, and then he just goes, Han, you're toast, bro. Han, you're cooked, man.
Yeah, go watch that. Go watch Jabba and Return of the Jedi, and then go watch Rada go, do you know how hard it is to be your own man when your father's Jabba the Hutt? That was the other time I laughed. There were 3 scenes where he said basically the exact same sentence, and it was awful every time. And I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm going, this is what people were like, he steals the show as. It's just the worst dialogue I've ever heard.
People feared my father, but they cheer for me.
Dude, that was one of the worst lines.
It
was also, every time he did a monologue, it was one of the worst lines.
He would just say
so
like
impressive.
2 sentences, but it would last like a full 3 paragraphs. It's like he's just saying.
Because I know that there's probably people out there
over.
like, if you ask people what the good character work is in the movie, that's what they'd be like. Well, it's obviously the Rod of the Hutt scenes.
It's like there's no character.
It's
work.
like
he just says
there are
what
people
happened.
who would say, that is the strongest dialogue. It's not even like that's the strongest dialogue in the movie for sure. That's what people would say. Which, in fairness,
maybe
probably. Maybe. Even it's still awful.
It's terrible, but it might. I mean, it might.
But it's going up against greats.
Horrible.
It's going up against the greats, such as like
I like this kid. Yeah,
that
dude,
got messy.
They said that got messy after every single mission ever.
Bro, and one of them was like the cleanest possible it could have been.
Like they literally just walked in, grabbed the guy,
got away
and
scot-free.
left.
Everyone was alive.
It took 5 minutes.
That got messy.
It literally took 5 minutes to get the thing. The whole objective of the entire movie. They complete it in 5 minutes of actually trying. And then they're like, man, that Whew, I'm going to need a break after this one. That got messy. This got pretty rough.
Yeah. It was awful.
So bad.
It's just really bad. The whole movie was like that. Only it's second ever movie I've got a headache while watching, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Joined Superman.
Screw you, James Gunn. There. We got that one for the day. You can check that off the box.
James Gunn looks like a visionary genius compared to Dave Filoni.
Yeah. I mean, apparently, just like James Gunn, he can only tell one story, and it's one where Rada got kidnapped, and then people have to go save him, and then, you know, his family's actually trying to kill him and stuff, and then everything's happy.
Yeah. Do you want to start? So let's go back. Now that we've kind of got our sporadic yapping out of the way, do you want to start more chronological? We don't got to go everything by everything, because I do want to talk about James. I do want to talk about Bond.
Yeah, we can fly through
Spider-Man
a lot of this
War
movie.
So that's cool.
Oh, I didn't even realize. Yeah, we can skim through most of these scenes pretty quick. But the cold open, Mando's doing what he's been doing. He's hunting down these ex-Imperials and whatnot. He's fighting a bunch at an ice base. He just, like, murders the hell out of his henchmen who are like, hey, your protection isn't good enough, so we literally do not have the money to pay you. And he's like, I don't want excuses, and murders them, which is just, like, really smart. Because remember, Darth Vader killed people when he was mad in the originals, so bad guys kill people when they're angry. It's not like Darth Vader had reasons to do that. He just did it because that's what bad people do.
Let's keep this up while you're talking through a bit there.
It's true. Went full circle. Yeah, but basically the guy tries to run away in an AT-AT because you remember AT-ATs. Those are cool, right? You remember how cool those are. You remember how hard it was for an entire rebel base of people to take down just one of them. Little
spoiler for my soon in production video. There's gonna be a little look at like the scene from the best Star Wars movie ever made of an Empire Strikes Back of them taking down, you know, no, I won't go too into detail because the video I think it's gonna come out pretty well. So yeah, Mando, you know, so real quick though, let's talk about Mr. What's his name? Coin.
Well, this is
this guy who's running. Oh, wait, which one's Coin? Is he the later one?
Coin's the actual big bad guy.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, of course.
This guy doesn't even have a name. He doesn't.
Yeah,
matter.
sorry. This is like the three of spades or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this guy, Mr. Imperial guy, he runs down an elevator shaft, hops in a walker, has those walkers walk on the side of a cliff, and then when Mando hops into the walkers, hops on a ship and launches the ship out to fly away. That's his plan. His plan is to hop down an elevator shaft to get in some walkers so that he can fly away on a ship.
Instead of just getting in the
with the ship being on the walker.
Yeah, for some reason. And then instead of just flying up, he flies
makes sure to
straight in line of sight of the AT-AT. And also, you know, I was like super hard for all of the rebels to take out just one AT-AT. Mando takes out 3 of them in like 20 seconds.
Yeah, but there's no stakes every time Mando fights because obviously he can't die. You know they're not gonna show you a gruesome death of Grogu, as awesome as that would be. Yeah, there was I didn't actually take this, but there was like a slight hope when that walker comes down. I'm like, what if he steps on Baby Yoda? That'd be kind of a hardcore turn to this, you know? Maybe then this movie will be what the show always should have been. It's like gonna be a hard revenge core, and it's just like nah. For whatever reason, Mando teleports behind them and hops on the walker, and then
we don't do
basically almost blows the hell out of Grogu for no reason. Like he decides to launch.
Blows up. Yeah.
What? No, when he gets on the Scout Walker, he decides Yeah, he decides to.
Yeah.
Yeah. He shoots at him with the scout walker instead of just
Like a foot away
shooting
from
him with his
him.
gun.
Yeah. And it's also like
so that
the guy walks away from the walker and then Mando is just suddenly on it.
Yep.
Like 1 second later when he was just really far away.
Yeah.
And we just
so
saw
then,
exactly how long it took the mouse droid to cover that exact distance, and then it takes Mando like 20 seconds. So
yes, and then cool. Pedro does a very impassioned, "Come on, let's go."
Yeah, you can tell.
And then they
like Pedro Pascal is sitting in a room like I am right now, recording all of these lines, except for the 2 scenes in the movie where he actually had to be on set. One scene, the 1 scene in the movie where he had to be on set.
Yeah, and then they scramble down a hill, and it looks awful.
It looks so bad. It's not.
And then
made to do that.
we come to those walkers where, remember the plan here. He goes down a giant elevator shaft to get on a walker so that he can launch the ship out of the walker.
But only after the other walkers have been destroyed and he's in imminent danger.
Yes.
Yes. And also, when he was running away, when he first got in the elevator, Mando dropped like a thermal detonator after him and it blew up. And I thought he was just dead. And then it just kept going. And it's like, nope, he's right here. It's like, so why did we waste time just staring at like a super long shot of Mando watching this detonator go down and do nothing?
Why the hell is your thing struggling to connect? This is so weird. Yeah. This is so weird, but then he blows the guy up. Well, sorry, he's sitting on he's sitting there and he's aiming the gun at Bro to blow up. And Grogu starts knocking on his helmet and is like, "Hey man, there's bombs there," and the bombs take forever to blow up. I don't know why Grogu doesn't just use the Force and throw all those out of the walker, but sure.
Well, because
I guess.
Shut up. He's just a baby, dude. He's just a baby. He can't do that until later when he does way more than that.
And it's also funny because, like, if he would have flown the ship, not even just up, like, the walker has, like, this much turning ability to aim the gun.
Yeah, and it's on a cliff, so it can't, like, turn the whole body so it can aim better.
Yeah.
It's locked into, like, this.
He could literally just go anywhere else.
He could turn, like, 20 degrees and just make it away instantly. I mean, Zeb would just shoot him down, but that would hurt
Yeah, but that would have required a little more...
That would have hurt the fake stakes they just built up with the bombs in the background.
Yeah, and then Zeb's like, "Hey, man, you gotta bring him in alive."
Yeah.
And then they do the thing, and it goes... but this time it says, "and Grogu."
Yeah.
And then we get the one good-looking, cool shot in the movie, in my opinion, which is the X-Wings flying in on the setting sun. I did like that shot. And then they ruin it by putting Pedro Pascal's name below it. And I was just like, oh.
And then it's just like, oh, you're just
trying and then they do
to do Top Gun.
They do pre-movie credits. Yeah, it's just like...
Yeah.
Awful.
And it's just like shots
like
of the Rebel base.
It's just not...
And it's like...
It's also funny that Martin Scorsese's name is in these credits, and it's like... Oh, so he directed it. And you're just like, no, he's acting.
No, he's acting in it, duh.
Obviously.
Like, oh, okay. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. So he goes to planet Malibu and talks to Sigourney Weaver, and she's like, "Hey, man, here's your ship from the previous show, but it's different, but it's the same.
Hey, it's stock. It's stock." She says it's stock like 45 times, just so you know that it's stock, and it doesn't have all the
literally
cool stuff.
Just the exact same ship, but it's got a yellow.
It's got some yellow on it.
It's like, what so obviously we knew that he was gonna get a Razor Crest because it was in the trailer. I was expecting like any kind of explanation other than just
it's like, hey, we found
bro,
this.
Here's a Razor Crest.
Also, she doesn't know that he had a Razor Crest. So she's just.
I mean, he might have told her.
He might have told her, but like, as far as we know, she doesn't know that about Mando. So she's just like, hey,
how do you know?
shit.
How do you not? But what if? How do you know he doesn't go like, oh, I used to have a Razor Crest. This is the way.
Razor Crest but it got blown up. This is the way.
This is the way. I used to have a Razor Crest.
But then it got blown up by bad guys. This is the way.
This is the way. And they're like, yo, broski, Toski, you got to go get the ace in your deck of cards. But to do that, you got to talk to the Hutts for some reason.
Yeah, you got to do this mission for the Hutts so that they'll give you the information.
And then Mandalorian, he's like, no, I want to talk to the Hutts. They're mean.
I don't work for the Hutts anymore. I only work for the good guys.
And he's like, so I'm not going to do that. And then Sigourney Weaver's like, okay, and then walks away. And then Zeb hops on the Razor Crest, and Mando's like, all right, let's go talk to the Hutts. I'm like, wow, you really put up a fight there for not wanting to do this.
Zeb literally goes like, but like, you could maybe do it, though. And then, without saying a word, they just fly off to do the mission. Man, I literally, when it happened, when he's like, when
Grogu jumped on the bed, it was so cute and funny. Haha.
Yeah, when he started up the ship, I thought he was like taking it for a test flight or something. And then he's just on the mission. I was like, you just said you weren't doing it 20 seconds ago, and now you're actively leaving to go do the thing that you just said you weren't doing.
Yeah, Grogu's puppet work, like,
it's
obviously fake. Like, yeah. I don't want to say it's bad because I'm assuming they were directed to do it this way, and it's like, it's just obviously fake. And then they go, well, it's Star Wars though. It's like, so that means it's supposed to be fake. Like, so it's supposed to be bad. It's Star Wars. Yes, thank you. Okay,
like Star Wars was partially like it was famous because of all the innovative stuff it did.
Yeah, they fly out and then they go into light speed, and then they arrive at Nal Hutta. Remember Nal Hutta from the thing?
Yeah, it's Nal Hutta, the Hutt place.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh no, it's two ships.
Yeah, two ships come up, and Mando's like, oh boy, the security's really crazy here. The Hutts are super secretive and secure. And Zeb's like, easy on the sticks, Mando. They know we're coming. They shouldn't murder us, but they might, though. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? They're there for a mission. I know they're trying to be like, ooh, the Hutts are all bad, because in like 1 minute they're gonna have a scene where Mando's like, hey, baby who can't understand me most of the time, the Hutts are real bad guys.
50-year-old man. Let's not call him Baby Yoda anymore. Let's call him 50-year-old man.
50-year-old man Yoda.
50-year-old man the entire time. Let's not, because clearly the writers of the movie forgot he's 50.
Clearly, they don't know. Because
he is more of a baby in this. Like, he makes more baby noises
he's degressed. Character,
yes.
Like, he's younger,
regressed,
he's more baby. Yeah, regress. Sorry, but yeah, man. And then so they go inside, and Mando is talking to Grogu, and he's like, "Hey."
Well, first, before that though, remember B1, B2.
Oh my God!
Droids?
Look, it's battle droids! Oh, look, it's battle droids! You like battle droids? I'm Dave Filoni.
Hey, you guys like battle droids?
You guys like battle droids? Look, they have fur. They have fur. No. They're like scavenge battle droids, and they have fur. And there's a chance that it's wolf fur. I like wolves. My character's name is Trapper Wolf. Wolves are super cool.
Oh, yeah? If you think battle droids are cool, wait till you see Trapper Wolf and Imbo. They got hats, and hats are awesome.
Hats are even cooler than wolves are.
I can't remember who I heard say it, but it's so. I think it was a tweet that someone was reciting. I don't remember, but. It was that Eric Kripke and Dave Filoni are both children who are like writing whatever project they're doing, and one of them though is like the edgelord child who learned the F word when they were younger, and then they come to school and they're like, hell, in second grade they're like what the hell. And then that's Eric Kripke, and then the other one is Dave Filoni, he's just like sitting there at recess smashing his action figures together and like coloring, and the teacher's like, hey, what'd you make? He goes, blue, and it's like just a random dribbling up, and he's like, it's a Star Wars. It's like he's like the sweet innocent child who just like, has no idea what's going on, but he thinks it's awesome that they're both children writing it, but it's equally as awful in both ways. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's so funny though. He's like, oh, it's just too funny. I'm gonna try to AI something. Hold on. I'm gonna try to AI a meme real quick. We can go to that next. We can go to that next.
So yeah, they're walking in, and Mando's like, Grogu, we're here to work for the Hutts, but you still shouldn't trust them because the Hutts built everything they have off violence and treachery and all that stuff. And then like, he says this to Grogu, like, they might be bad guys. And it's like, oh, so I know what the movie's going to be. Like, I know the movie already. I know what's going to happen. They're going to be bad. They're going to be...
Okay, but I knew the movie already going in, which is that it sucks.
Well, no, I knew the movie before, but it's like, they'll drop one line, and it's like, oh, I know what the next... Between what they just said and the shots I remember from the trailer, I know what the next 30 minutes of the movie are now. And I kept having that. And then the second we enter, like, a new set piece, I'm like, oh, okay, so none of this matters. It's just a tool to get to this shot from the trailer. That's all it is. It's like, oh, so now we're on this trailer shot. This is the next trailer shot we're getting to. It's not like, oh, this is awesome, this is the thing. It's like, oh, okay, so that's what the next 3 scenes are going to be. It's so terrible. It's so ass.
Hold on, Grok is letting me down.
Yeah, but then he goes in and he's talking to the twins, who you remember the twins from Clone Wars?
I think they're in
I think Clone Wars. They're like Jabba's cousins or whatever.
It worked. Hold on. Okay, you can keep talking while I pull this up.
But Rada got kidnapped again, and Mando has to go save him. And they only have a picture of Rada from when he's a baby, and it's just
for some reason
it's just a shot from the Clone Wars movie.
But live action.
It's like, okay. And it's like the thing is, when I was watching this scene, I couldn't tell. Because the woman Hutt says, like, she's like, we're just really broken up about Rada being gone. And I couldn't tell if she was being disingenuous or if the acting was just that bad. Because all the acting performances are so terrible, it was like a coin flip on whether she was being genuine or not. I couldn't tell. Obviously, she wasn't being genuine. But it's like the acting is so bad already that, like, I can't even tell what they're trying to do.
Hey, you guys want to play Star Wars action figures? I got dibs on Ahsoka. I got dibs on the Ahsoka one, but you can have anyone else. I got dibs on Ahsoka and Cad Bane, but you guys can be anyone else.
Oh man, he thinks his hats are so cool, and he thinks Trapper. Dude, this is okay.
Is this not the perfect image to it? The only thing I can make it better is if he was holding an Ahsoka action figure, I guess.
No, it needs to be like sticking out of his jacket pocket, like a. But like this is. You have to acknowledge this. This is a grown adult who put himself into Star Wars, like literally himself, and then made his character called Trapper Wolf, who's like a super badass. And then it's this grown adult, basically like when you're a child and you're daydreaming, like, oh, if I was in Star Wars, what would I like? Oh, this is this is what I would want to be in Star Wars. It's like a child's Star Wars fantasy of like what their character would be, but it's a grown man who's in control of all of Star Wars creatively now. And he's going, my character is like this super cool pilot, and his name's Trapper Wolf, because like I think wolves are super cool, and he wears a hat, because like hats are badass. Everybody thinks hats are super cool. He's like this really
Cowboy
cool ace pilot. And then you go, okay, so Mr. and Mrs. Wolf named their son Trapper. What the fuck are you talking about? I I
His dad's probably freaking Wolf from Clone Wars too, and it's like
yeah.
that's probably his whole backstory. I actually almost
He
guarantee
probably
you that's his backstory.
and he
He
trained
has
Poe Dameron to be the pilot he
oh
is.
my, he 1,000,000% has that written down that he was named his dad is Wolf from from the Clone Wars, and yeah, his mom is who's an important character
Ahsoka, I don't know.
who doesn't die. No, no, okay.
Like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Whatever. It's like,
It's like, bro, you're old now. You gotta lock in.
yeah,
It's just like a little kid playing. This is the perfect picture. I love this.
yeah, I know.
This is what I imagine like in the writers' room. Like, all right, guys.
Hey, guys. What if we fight with the action figures?
What if they have a little?
What if we?
fight? But it's like,
What
but
if
it's
we
like,
remade the chess scene in live action?
but he didn't have like. He wanted to play with his brother, but like his brother didn't want to mix their toys, so he didn't have as many X-wings as he wanted. So he only had like 6 X-wings, taking on apparently the big bad Hutts and just winning easily with 0 casualties. It's like,
Yeah. So,
what?
Mandalorian, he goes to the planet of Shlalarkey or whatever.
Yeah, he goes to Synth Planet, and
What's
then
it called? It's like Shatarki.
I've literally only heard it called
Shikari.
Shikari.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah, and it has a synth theme that sounds okay, and everyone was like glazing the hell out of.
Yeah.
And then, like, it sounds like, I bet I could boot something up on GarageBand right now that sounds very similar to the, like, it's literally like just a synth. It's like a synth. Like, it's just it's just like, all right, dude, cool. At least it's not do 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 do.
Yeah. And then Zeb is like dropping him off. I don't know why he doesn't just take his new ship that he just got. But Zeb is dropping him off, and he's like, "Hey, Mando, we can't like bomb this place if things go bad. So, be careful and stuff.
Can't kill innocent civilians here, Mando.
We can't just like blow this whole.
Can't be
planet
messy.
Okay, don't get messy, Mando."
So he goes and he talks to Martin Scorsese.
And he's like, "No, we don't talk about Hutts around here." Oh, Rod of the Hutt.
Yeah, and then
he's on that flyer right next to you.
Hutt. And it's like 2 things. One, first of all, brilliant from the expert bounty hunter to not look at a fucking sign. And then also, like, we don't talk about the Hutts. And it's like, oh, wait, but we do talk about that Hutt. So it's like, okay, how do you know he wasn't talking about that Hutt, dummy?
It's like, why wouldn't you assume that he's talking about that Hutt?
We don't talk about the Hutts here. That Hutt.
Except for the celebrity one that chills here.
That's literally right here. That somehow your dumbass, even though you're looking for him, didn't look around for 2 seconds to see. You walked up to this hot dog cart and was like, "Hey, we don't got the Hutts around here."
And then he goes to the arena, and Rada murders a guy by crushing him with his big fat slug body.
Yeah, but he's roided out though.
He's jacked. He's a jacked Hutt,
yeah.
And he sounds just like a human being, even though he's a giant
Grogu's eating.
slug. And Grogu eats.
Grogu eats.
And then they go visit Rada in his cell, and he's just laying there casually getting a massage. And he's like, "You here to kill me?" There's no emotion at all. He's like, "You here to kill me?" And Mando's like, "No, we're here to rescue you." He's like, "I don't need it. I should have one more fight. Lord Janu's a good guy." I work for Lord Janu. I'll tell you his last name.
It's like Janu Dollar Bill or something.
It's like Janu Currency or something. I don't remember his last name.
Janu Credit. I don't remember.
Lord Janu pays pretty well. He's a good guy, and I'm not like my father.
He pays a lot of coin.
Janu. Janu.
And everyone hated my dad, but they don't hate me.
They feared my father, But
And then
they
he's like,
cheer
oh,
for me.
and then Mando's like, well, I'm here to take you back to your aunt and uncle, and he's like, they want to kill me for some reason.
Because it's like the Hutts are royalty and he's like the heir, but like, it's a
He's the heir to Jabba's criminal empire, which is currently being run by Boba Fett, by the way. Not even being run by a Hutt. It was being run by Bib Fortuna, and then Boba Fett took it over.
Also, it's not like a kingdom. It's a crime syndicate. It's not like your next of kin gets to take over your crime syndicate.
Kingdom, it doesn't matter because, like, killing Rada is like, oh, well, now Boba Fett is just still in charge.
Yeah, you're still equally not in charge.
Yeah, it's not like he's not gonna go to Tatooine and it's gonna be the exact same as it's literally the same as it is now, except the Vespa people might get fired. Like,
yeah.
There's no difference in Rada being alive or not because Jabba's crime empire was being run by Bib Fortuna. It wasn't even being run by the twins or any of that. It was literally Bib Fortuna what got fat and was in charge, and then Boba Fett got fat and now he's in charge.
Yep. It's great. It's great.
Oh, now you're just fully frozen.
Oh, word. And then they leave.
So Mando's like, okay, I'll go
talk to Martin Scorsese
Janu.
again because we paid
I need
him,
to talk
so
to
we need another
Janu.
scene. And he's like, hey, Martin Scorsese, where's this Lord Janu guy? And he's like, we don't talk about Janu. And then he tells him where Janu is.
It's dumb, it's stupid, but you know what? They got Martin Scorsese, so I'm at least, it's kind of like the Spider-Man pointing me, and his character kept doing this, which I'm assuming has to be intentional.
It has to be.
It's dumb, but I was like, hey, they're doing the thing. Whoa.
Yeah.
They're they're meme glove shitting. But yeah, the Martin Scorsese keeps doing the absolute cinema thing. Wow, so awesome. But he did sit in a chair, and I was expecting him to like cross the do the full thing.
Yeah.
But he didn't. I was kind of like, oh, okay, well, sure.
Yeah. And then Mando goes to a bar, and they're like, we don't sell salt here. And he's like, well, I'm not here to buy salt.
He's like, what?
It's like, what the hell are you talking about? And
he's like, okay.
He's like, right. Yeah, word. Anyway.
Anybody seen Janu? And then this guy gets up and he's like, rah! And then they fight. And then some fat bald guy walks out. He's like, I'm Janu.
It's me, Mr. Lord Janu.
And then
sorry for
Mando's
the inconvenience, Mandalorian.
I want to buy out Rada because clearly I want to save him from this. I want to buy him out. And he's like, oh, you're clearly here to buy him out to save him. I'm going to have him killed tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to have him killed tomorrow.
That's what you tell someone who wants to buy someone from you is, oh yeah, we're going to kill him.
Yeah, he's like my best fighter. I'm going to have him killed tomorrow. But like, if you want to bet on it, that's totally cool. You can make a bunch of money. Also, you know how I just told you I'm going to kill one of my people that's fighting for me? Do you want to like fight for me? Do you want to come fight for me?
It's gonna be a insert hollow chest actual name here kind of match.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. Anywho, do you want some salt crystals? They're super expensive here. Do you want some salt crystals? And he just keeps trying to give him free salt crystals.
Dejeric chest.
Yeah.
Dejeric chest. And they're like, it's gonna be a Dejeric match. And then he's like, here, take some salt. It's like Crate. Remember Crate?
And I don't know why.
And then Mando takes the salt and he's like, I'm gonna use this not to save the rebellion, but to save the ones we love.
He's also this guy's like a terrible businessman. He's giving away apparently super expensive salt, and he's like, hey, you should bet a bunch of money on Rada losing so that I make less money.
Stupid.
Like, it's so dumb.
Hold on, let me pull up this stupid picture. You can keep going, but
and then he just like leaves and he drops the salt crystal in a guy's glass and leaves. Yeah, that's Rada.
So dumb. I look so stupid.
We should just leave
up
for the whole stream.
Oh, I'm planning on it. Yeah, so he drops the salt in some guy's drink, and he's like, "Brr." And then he goes, and then they break in to go break the guy who doesn't want to leave out from the place he doesn't want to leave, who is also like 7 tons at a minimum.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we'll just get him out.
We'll just like go get him.
He's at least got to be a few tons.
Yeah.
And then they, of course, so then they get down there, and again, we get another monologue. Oh, you know how hard it is to be your own man when you're Jabba the Hutt, son? They used to fear him. Now they used to boo me because they feared him, and now they cheer for me. It's so awful, dude.
It's also so funny because in a bit when he loses, and everyone's like chanting for him to be killed, there's not a character moment where he's like, "Oh, they don't care about me."
But also, okay,
he just sits there.
Let's do this, because I guarantee you there are probably people who will defend this movie will be like, well, that was really strong dialogue. So let's argue this in horrible faith and be really disingenuous, because it's like, oh, this is the best dialogue in the movie. Okay, let's look at, how about we take my favorite dialogue, from The Fellowship of the Ring. So this is, in fairness, the epitome of hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby, because we're writing lines that were slightly altered from written by J.R.R. Tolkien to Dave Filoni. So
yeah,
you know, let me pull up the exact quote for a second, because so I would argue, and it's still, you can't definitively say this is even the best quote in Lord of the Rings, but it's probably my favorite. As soon as my brain works again, I keep typing the wrong thing because I'm thinking of like 17 different movies and titles right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, and I would just play the clip, but like, we're already being unfair to this movie by comparing Tolkien to Dave Filoni, so I don't want to be even more unfair by comparing Jeremy Allen White going, my father, who's
they fear him, but they
to
cheer
Ian
for
McKellen.
me.
Yeah.
Is it the I know the quote you're talking about.
It's so do all who live to see such times, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the exact quote.
It's a really good quote. That's probably,
and there's just so many layers to it.
Mm-hmm. All that we have.
I mean, there's a shortened version here, so I can just,
all that we
even just 2 lines. So do all who live to see such times, but that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. Which in and of itself, those 2 sentences is like,
all we have to decide with what to do, or all we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. Sorry, I stumbled over that. Is like one of my favorite quotes. It's very good.
Yeah. So
it's
here, I have the
incredible
actual
advice.
quote. I'm still not gonna play it
well
to be.
Written.
So it's about Gollum. So he's, you know, Frodo sees Gollum. He wants to kill. He says it's a shame Bilbo didn't kill Gollum when he had the chance. He says, or it's a pity he didn't kill him when he had the chance. He said it was pity that stayed Bilbo's hand. And eventually, I would love to read the exact quote, but I just can't find the exact thing for the movie. And he points out that like Bilbo's pity could go on to expect to change the outcome of the basically the War of the Ring, but humanity as a whole, in a sense. And just, you know, there's a lot more going on there than there's a lot more going on there. So just the line about Bilbo, what a pity Bilbo did not stab that vile creature when he had a chance. Pity, it was pity that stayed Bilbo's hand. Pity and mercy not to strike without need, which I think this might be the Tolkien version, but whatever, it's the same thing. I do not feel any pity for Gollum. He deserves death as Frodo deserves death. I dare say he does. Many that live deserve death, and some that die deserve life. Can you give that to them? Then be not too eager to deal out death in the name of justice, fearing your own safety. Even the wise cannot see all ends, which that's the I believe, from the book itself. But again, you know,
Yeah.
there's a little bit more going on there than like they fear my father, but they cheered me.
But they cheer for me. When I
Yeah.
first started
So-
fighting, they booed. But now they cheer.
So then Rada
earned
goes,
that.
guys, they're here. And then Mando gets gassed. And now he's fighting Rada. Whoa.
Yep.
And then he beats Rada. And then
And he's like,
he says, I yield.
I
and
yield.
then Janu.
I love
Janu
it.
goes.
Can I please
goes,
say this?
So
line?
he says you're free to go. And then Janu goes, yeah, free. Free to die. And then like releases a bunch of other things. Like,
I was dying laughing, dude.
Bro.
Oh
Free to
my
die.
god. You know, in the writer's room, Dave Filoni was like rubbing his head. He's like, yo, fellas, I have the best
John
bar
Favreau
ever.
was going through the scene, and then Dave Filoni was just like, hey, can I zoom over? Hold on.
What if he said,
hey.
so Mando will say
John
like,
Favreau looked
now-
up from his notes, and he just sees this, hey, I got an idea.
What if when he says that he's free, the bad guy says free. He's free. Then the bad guy says
You're doing
he's
too
free
much
to
of a
die.
list. It's not enough. It's more of a, guys, what if he said, like, you're not getting
I
that.
know,
You gotta get more high pitch.
The lisp is just easier to do. Even I know he doesn't.
Guys,
have
what
one,
if he says free to die?
Oh, yeah. So,
Wouldn't
and then
it be
then
pretty
they
badass?
frame it, and all of the chess pieces do the same motion from the thing. Mando gets swung on by a giant hammer from a multi-ton thing, and it does not. I bet if we asked Dave Filoni how a bulletproof vest would work, like if you shoot someone wearing Kevlar with a shotgun, it'd be like, well, it's good.
They're fine. It stops.
Like it still hurts them.
So also,
So
I would like to point
imply,
out
though,
his armor it's plates, but it doesn't wrap around him. It's not like a full suit case of armor. It's just a couple pieces. So when pressure is applied to Mando, other than his head, it's still all like hitting him. So like if you tried to crush his head,
it
would
works
be,
like
when
works like what's the metal called? Vibranium. It disperses the kinetic energy. We have to assume that's what it does.
Well, it's like if his head is against something like flush and then you hit it, it might not hurt him because, the helmet is stopping his skull from being crushed. But he just has like a plate on his legs on the front and not the back. And there's nothing like connecting and there's no structure surrounding his leg. It's just a little plate. So when his legs get crushed by a hammer and he doesn't get hurt because he has armor on, what are we doing?
Again, you have to assume it works like vibranium, so it disperses kinetic energy, so therefore nothing behind it takes
disperses
damage.
kinetic energy and also covers and protects parts of the body that it's not covering.
But not even that. Like, it's just if it hits any point of it, it's dispersing the energy fully.
Yeah.
Whatever. He's never going to die. It's not a big problem. Yeah. Anyway, guys, have you ever wanted to see Jabba the Hutt get in a car? Rada finds a gigantic speeder, hops in, and drives away. Which leads to the thing that had us toppling over laughing when Baby Yoda hops in 50-year-old Yoda hops in a stroller that has super speed. So 50-year-old man Yoda chases ripped fat slug Rada in car, while 50-year-old man Yoda's in a jet propelled stroller. And then they catch Rada, and Rada goes, "That's Janu Coin." And Mando's like, "We'll go get him." And then they go and they get Janu Coin, barely an inconvenience. And then they have Janu Coin. And so he takes him back to the rebel base, and they're like, "That was messy." It wasn't. And then Mando's like, "I'm gone."
Yeah, the Thunderdome arena fight takes longer than it takes to go take out the big bad guy.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then Mando's like, "I'm going to go sleep at my house." So he goes back to his house. I guess.
And then
And
Imbo
then
is there, and he's like in a city by Mando's house, and he just happens to see Mando's ship fly by. You remember Imbo from the Clone Wars? The side character bounty hunter from a handful of episodes of the Clone Wars? You remember Imbo. Imbo's cool. He has a hat, and he has a wolf. Imbo's there.
yeah.
And
So
and
also it is
and
worth pointing out.
Babu Frick is there.
I got two things to point out here because this book, even though it's awful, is canon and it takes place before this movie, based on the events of season 2. We know this. In Aftermath, the horrible Star Wars Aftermath book, it's established that Imbo has both retired partially. He'll do some work, and his dog is dead. So he has since fully unretired, and he got a new dog. I guess that's the exact same. That's the exact same version.
It's cousins. It's his dog's cousin. Duh.
And he also received a full pardon from the New Republic, I guess. But then he did end his retirement, in fairness, bringing along his new loyal hound. And this comes from Instagram. I don't even see this coming from... Oh, this is literally just an explanation.
Oh, so it's fans writing
and it's in...
for...
It might be.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he got a new dog and he unretired. Because in a horrible book, his dog died. And we know that book takes place before because Cobb Vanth receives the armor of Boba Fett in those books. And Cobb Vanth no longer is obviously there anymore with the armor because Boba Fett has the armor again.
Yeah. And then the 4 Babu Fricks arrive at Mando's house, and they're there to upgrade his ship.
Yeah.
You remember Babu Frick from The Rise of Skywalker.
I really wish I could show this on stream.
There's 4 more.
Just send it to you so you can see it.
I don't know what we're doing. Like,
look at that. Look at that if you can see it.
Bro. I gotta make that big.
So yeah.
That's funny.
So he puts Rada on a gigantic ship. It's a gun runner ship, though. That's important.
Yeah.
And Rada runs away because the twins are looking for him or whatever. Imbo then shows up, and it's like, oh, he's so cool, bro. This should have probably been Cad Bane if they didn't destroy Cad Bane and Mando already. This 100% makes more sense to have been Cad Bane, not Imbo. Like, at least Cad Bane had storylines in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Whereas the only storyline Imbo's ever had was that he had a hat.
Mm-hmm.
That is blaster proof. And then Mando blows up his own house and then loses a fight and gets captured.
And then one of the Babu Fricks gets captured too by the dog.
Yes, and Baby Yoda joins the Babu Fricks in the world's smallest ship that must have an absolute chonker of a power source if a thing this small is able to fly around in space.
Hyperspace.
Yeah. So, and they're going to go save him from Nal Hutta. The Hutts, though, they take Mando's helmet, but not the rest of his armor, and then they throw him down into a pit with the dragon snake. This is like the only monster in this movie that looks pretty good, is this dragon snake. And it's not like it looks photoreal. It's more that they decided it wasn't going to look super realistic, so they went with more of a stylized look to it, which is how you do actual stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He fights it, and it's like, oh no, it's gonna kill him, and then it doesn't, and the twins are like, "You're
so he gets crushed by the teeth.
Well, no.
And then he gets
the twins
hit.
are like, "You're entertaining us in this fight. Here's your helmet back," and throw him down his helmet.
And as this is happening, Baby Yoda and the Babu Fricks, they're going through the sewers. But he gets crushed by the teeth, but it doesn't crush him because he got the armor, but it does nick him with the tooth and he gets poisoned. I personally immediately forgot about this poison thing the second after it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then Baby Yoda blows up the vent.
The second they said that Mando was poisoned, I knew Baby Yoda was gonna force heal him.
Yeah, I mean, I assumed that too, but anyway, I kind of forgot about it because it's kind of like, oh, he's obviously not going to die, and this movie has no stakes.
And they also have him not like show any effects of being poisoned for the next.
They blow it up, and then he slides down the tunnels, and then like
the tunnels that he shouldn't fit through. By the way,
Baby Yoda's a dummy and is like, come hop in the ship that's the size of a bird.
So the Babu Fricks follow him across the galaxy in a ship that can't fit him.
So the Babu Fricks were eventually, as we'll see, smart enough to know they need to go get the rebels to come save him.
Who they don't know.
That they were like, they were dumb enough. They were like, he'll fit in the ship. But anyway, Mando, who fully knows Baby Yoda has the ability to force heal and has no reason to believe it doesn't extend to poison, chooses to instead send Baby Yoda off. So he would rather die. He chooses to do this because he knows Baby Yoda can force heal. He knows 50-year-old man Yoda can force heal. And he's like, nah, just go die. Which is, in fairness, how I would feel if I had to live with 50-year-old man, stupid, dumb Yoda the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, so he chooses not to go, hey, kid, do the force heal thing, because it doesn't, even though it took a lot out of you last time, this time it's not going to for some reason. But it's not like it would even matter because I have literal plot armor. And then it'd be like, oh, the poison doesn't work. But no, instead he's just like, no, run away and then I'll go die in the woods. So he dies, but then Yoda comes in. 50-year-old man Yoda's like, no, and he force heals him. And then, but he's unconscious.
So he builds a little Yoda hut around him.
Yeah, and then we get a return of one of my favorite Daredevil Born Again character. Weirdly shows up in this. Officer Plot Device makes his return in Star Wars. So first thing he spots is the big ass ship that Rada was being transported in, and then he finds some random fisher guy who happens to speak Galactic Basic, who lives in Nalhutta,
right by,
and is nice.
And also, he's like a little lizard guy who sounds like a human as well. They don't even give him
but anyway,
a little like this, make him sound like a lizard.
Anyway, Grogu does more stuff. Whoa, so cool! And then he hides, and then the new dog sniffs for Grogu, but then he's like, "Get away from my fish!" And Imbo's like, "Yeah, dumb dog, get away from the fish. You're literally just here for being dumb. You don't. There's no reason I should look at what you were just looking at." And this guy's weirdly defensive about his fish, even though his fish are out there in the open,
not where my dog is sniffing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Also, a dog, go sniff the notable scent of the Mandalorian, who doesn't change out of his stanky armor ever, so he's got a very strong smell to it.
No, he's in a swamp, dude. You can't track smells in a swamp. They go away.
And then Officer Plot Device gives him the plot device of here's the healing weed. You gotta go light up this J so that Mando can heal.
So dumb. He just healed. Like, I get the poison is probably still affecting him even though he got force healed, but it's like
Grogu feeds him the heal weed, and then he smokes the J, and then he goes to sleep and he wakes up and Mando says the theme. Whoa, the young protect the old and the old protect the young. Even though I'm young, even though A, that hasn't happened, and B, I am older. You're older than me.
Yeah. I hate that movies just do this now and think it's acceptable. They just have one character say the theme of the movie at some point throughout the movie, and then that's your Twitter clip, and then everyone shares that.
And it's also funny because
goes, "Wow, this was such a good movie that really supports this amazing theme." And it's like, well, first of all, the movie doesn't support that theme. Second of all, that theme is dumb. And third of all, Suck a dick. You're stupid. That's not how theme works. Theme is what the movie is about. What message the movie supports.
They were like, I liked it better in Superman when they were like, Superman has a really important theme. It's about how kindness is counterculture, and I really agree with that theme. And it's like, well, they don't really support that in the movie. And they're like, well, you should go kill yourself then. The theme of the movie that I agree with is that kindness is new counterculture, and you are a terrible, evil person and belong in prison if you don't agree with that. It's like, whoa, calm down, dude. I just said that the movie didn't really support that theme. And like, you're a bad person. Why do you hate everybody? Do you know kindness is the new counterculture? So, you know, that's why I like Superman a little better, though. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he wakes up, and then it's like, we gotta go kill everybody. They saw my face and save Rada. It wasn't really even like a save Rada thing. It was more of like a, we gotta kill everybody. And then there was just like, oh, and also we should save Rada, I guess.
Also, our buddy Rada's there.
So he fights some automatons, and then he fights Imbo. I thought the fight with Imbo was all right. You know, I like the melee stuff. I thought it was cool. I was also sitting there going, this would be so much cooler if it was Cad Bane and not freaking Imbo. At this point, you know, I've accepted the movie's awful. The entire thing I've watched has been the worst thing ever. I'm like, hey, you know, some cool hand-to-hand combat here.
Yeah.
Because the one thing they did with Imbo is they basically did the old school
slapping against each other.
Yeah, but I will say, like, they tried to do the thing with Imbo that Boba Fett was, which is like, oh, this bounty hunter's cool. But instead of it being like in Boba Fett, where it was just like, oh, everyone saw him, it was cool. They were like, look at him posing in the rain as he has this hat on and how smoothly he moves. Isn't he awesome? Whereas, like, if they had just done it normally, it probably would have been completely fine. Unlike this. But yeah, there's some dumb movements, like with how he treats the hat, which is the exact same way he did in Clone Wars. And this is so people can tweet and go, Imba, stay aura farming as usual. And then, but yeah, I thought the fight was all right. And then the stupid slugs slap each other's nasty. And then 50-year-old man Yoda fights a dog, but then he force seduces the dog. And then, I don't know. Again, I do like the actual Imbo and Mando fight, even though, again, there's no like Imbo can't kill Mando because he has plot armor.
Yeah.
And then then all the huts go down to the dragon snake area, but
So
50-year-old man Yoda force raises the fatty, and then they all get eaten, but Imbo walks away. And then there's a bunch of droids, and Mando's like, fire on my position, 76-year-old Sigourney Weaver.
Who just
and all of the old people in their fighter jets pull up.
With Babu Frick, because
one's acting. No one looks strained at all by the amount of like pressure flying a ship would have, and these are like the best pilots ever and stuff and things. And then they blow up the giant hill, and then they jump into a river from like 1,000 feet up and survive. It's a fat old dude, an old dude who's also pretty fat, Dave Filoni, who's an old fat dude, and 76-year-old Sigourney Weaver. Those are the pilots.
That's a tough lineup, bro. New Republic is so back.
It's no Hangman, Rooster, Payback, Phoenix,
Bob,
Maverick, Goose, Iceman. It's none of that. More of a.
We've got Trapper Wolf. We've got the other Unk that's been in like 3 different projects, and I don't even know his name. And we have 76-year-old Sigourney
Weaver.
Weaver.
Couldn't be here? Whoever that guy was who died in Kenobi.
Rest in peace.
And then they fly back to planet Malibu, and Rada, who spent the whole movie trying to escape his father's shadow, decides to instead follow in his father's footsteps by joining the Rebel Alliance, just like Jabba did in Star Wars Outlaws.
Embracing his
I will
roots.
say, dude, we have ruined me ever being able to watch the Rebels save anybody in a movie where they're not. Because the second the Rebels showed up, I just think of that of Mauler going, "Oh, the Rebels are here, yes!" And then it was like Rada's like,
and then Job.
New Republic sounds pretty good to me. And then I'm just like, he followed in his dad. He accepted his dad was a hero all along. Let's go.
Why is no one embracing Jabba as the hero he truly is?
Rada, go find K-Vess. She's out there somewhere. Your dad would want you to find her.
Your dad would want you and K-Vess to be together.
Dude, they needed to put K-Vess in this freaking movie, bro. That would have been awesome.
That would have actually made my day. If we had, like, K-Vess and her little gremlin, and then Mando and his little gremlin. And it's like,
yes.
Yoda tries to eat whatever the pet... Nix? Is it Nix?
Grogu tries... Nix. I completely forgot about Nix.
Grogu tries to eat Nix.
Yeah, and then Nix goes, and then tries to eat Grogu. And then K-Vess looks at Nix and goes, you just tried to eat Grogu, Nix. And then Mando goes, this is the way. And then it goes, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And then Zeb rolls up and is like, I like this girl. And then Babu Frick is like, oh, yeah, we like this girl. Big baby, yeah. And then Rada's like, you're trying to escape the past of your awful video game, just like I am trying to escape the past of my father. And then Embo stands in the corner, and then people tweet a screenshot and they go, oh, Embo, stay aura farming. And then it goes, doo-doo-doo-doo. And then the synth kicks in. It's like, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And then Sigourney Weaver's like, that got messy. And then Kirsten McDuffie's like, that's right, my friend. My good friend Sigourney Weaver, that did get messy.
My good friend Sigourney Weaver I've known for years.
Nick, Sigourney Weaver just told me it got messy, Nix. Oh, yeah, and then the credits roll, by the way, because the movie's over.
Oh, my God, that's so funny. Oh, I forgot about him.
I forgot
Kirsten did that in every scene.
K-Vess showing up in this would have been the ultimate.
That would have made my day. I would have seen the movie 5 more times in theaters.
Okay, well, let's not get ridiculous. I wouldn't want to sit through all of this just for the one moment of hilarity of me seeing K-Vess on screen.
Oh, the rebels are here, but they weren't enough to save us. Oh, look, it's K-Vess.
It's Rada.
It's K-Vess here to save us.
She's piloting Jabba's palace.
And then Mando's like, K, dear friend K, who I've known forever, what are you doing here, K-Vess?
Where's ND?
And K-Vess is actually Mando's sister.
Where's ND at? Okay, wait. Oh, dude, that was one nitpick that I wanted to bring up, where they're like, so the Hutt twins know Mando can't take his helmet off, which is hilarious because they like don't know anything else, but they know that there is a cult that is a split off of an extremist group of a subsection of Mandalorians.
Yeah.
That follows the belief, because there's the normal Mandalorian people, the subsection is their warriors. Out of that warrior is a subsection called House Vizsla that has a split off even of that called Death Watch, and then the Children of the Watch are who saved Mando, because it's a guy who's got the Death Watch logo on his thing is the guy who saves Mando, but Death Watch removes their helmets, so it has to be like some weird cult split off of Death Watch. It's a cult split off so extreme that Death Watch was like, whoa, okay, guys. Whoa, false flag terrorist attacks is one thing, but helmets? Come on.
You could pop them off sometimes, like, geez.
Yeah. So I guess I don't technically know that is the official lore, but it's like the Mandalorian that saved child Mando had the Death Watch sigil on the House Vizsla sigil, and he called them like Children of the Watch. So it's like a cult split off of Death Watch, which is a extremist split off of House Vizsla, even though it's probably all of House Vizsla, but it's like an extremist split off of the warrior subsection of the Mandalorians.
Yeah.
That is itself outdated because the country has become, or the planet has become pacifist.
And been nuked.
And the Hutt twins know that, but they don't know like a bunch. I can't remember. There was something that was really stupid that they didn't know, but it was like, but they know that one.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah, they don't know that he can just go like rinse off in the puddle and be fine.
Well, it's pretty hard to get down there. Remember?
It takes like 5 minutes.
Gus Fring's down there.
the mythosaurs down there. Are we ever
And
going to do
Gus
anything
Fring-
with that? No. Look up what
Gus
the
Fring's down there.
Look up what the mythosaur is on
Stan
Wikipedia.
Edgar is down there, man.
Yeah.
And he goes, I am Giancarlo Esposito. And then they go, oh, he's so good at being a villain. He's Giancarlo Esposito.
Los spoilers.
Mando needs to wash off in the bath, Nix, so that he can be a good guy again, Nix. Is that right, Mando?
Yeah.
So you want me to, like, go get Rada or something? Dude, they should have made K-Vest Star Wars K-Vest, and it was this movie, but it was K-Vest instead of Mando. That would have been great.
It's so good. You could make exactly
It would make more
the same
sense,
movie.
too, because Jabba
You
has
could
the
make-
connection with K-Vest.
Dude, you could make exactly the same
Jabba
movie
has
because
the K-Vest connection.
K-Vest also
makes more
just brute
sense.
forces like 50 enemies at once too, and
It
has a
makes
little
more
companion.
sense.
Yeah, no, you could do it, and she has a
Dude, it
she has a
literally-
she has a rebellion connection. So
It literally makes more sense for it to be K-Vest than Mando because she's got
Star
the
Wars.
Jabba connection.
Star Wars,
Because
the
guess what?
K-Vest and
Even
mix.
Even though it was pretty clear that the canon ending of Star Wars Outlaws was that Crimson Dawn saves you. They never explicitly said that. Therefore, I see it that anything could be the canon ending, and the canon ending is Jabba saves you.
Yep.
So she's got the Jabba connection, right? So that makes sense for going after Rada. Jabba, known rebel ally. Rebels would be incentivized to get Jabba's son because even though Jabba was killed by Leia, even though he's a known ally, I'm not sure why she killed him.
I don't know why she would do that.
Yeah, it's pretty insane if you ask me.
Known
But
rebel ally, Jabba the Hutt.
So that in order to make up for it, they got to go get Rada, right? But Kay, she always fights. She doesn't want to fight against the Empire, but she will. She has to, and that's who he's got to go. John Coin's the biggest threat since Slero or whatever his name was, and then
Who? Oh yeah, from Outlaws.
I don't remember what his actual name. I just know I remember they refer to him as Slero.
One of them was Slero. I don't remember which brother. I think it was.
It's the first bad guy before
the Empire,
it's the
bad
Empire
guy, not the other one.
Yeah,
That movie's so bad.
But yeah, it would genuinely be the exact same movie if you put K-Vest and Nix into this. Like, except there'd be so much more talking. And I will say that's another complaint about this. Considering the first 3 seasons, Mando doesn't say anything in the whole show. The dude couldn't shut up with worthless dialogue in this movie. He talked so much more without saying a single thing in this movie.
Mando?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, he also he's just like, "Hey, Grogu, this is."
And then they glove shittoed their own show.
Now. Yeah. Yeah.
Remember the one thing he said in the one good episode of this show? I could bring him in warm, or I could bring him in cold.
Dude,
and everyone's like, "Oh, that's badass for the procedural bounty hunter show we're gonna get," and then we didn't get that show. And they were like, "Oh, wow, he said the thing," and then he's like, "Remember the gun? Oh, he got the gun. Whoa!"
Yeah, he got his very specific model of a gun that he lost
Well,
when
I mean,
his ship blew
it's
up
in a gun runner ship. It's a horrible, lazy excuse, but it's a gun runner ship, so it had the gun.
Bro. It had his exact model of this super rare gun that we've never seen before.
It's not super rare.
We've literally never seen it before.
There were 2. It was a gun runner. It's a gun runner ship.
There were 2 of those guns, and there were 2 Razor Crests, and he has owned both of the ones that have existed.
No, there's 3 of those guns because there's 2 of the guns in the gun runner ship.
No, there wasn't.
Dummy.
There's only one.
Yeah, there was. I remember.
There was?
Nope, there were 2.
Yes,
there were 2.
Why was there 2?
It's a gun runner ship. It's got guns.
Dude.
Which, by the way, they're called blasters, but whatever. That's like the least of our worries.
But did they have a cowboy hat though? On the gunrunner ship, did they have a cool cowboy hat?
I don't remember if the droid had a cowboy hat or not.
I don't think it did. Stupid droid. That's probably why it died. If it had a cowboy hat on, it would have become an ace pilot immediately.
Remember when a house burnt down in the Acolyte and it was made out of bricks?
Dude, the rock the stone castle.
Also, I find it.
Oh.
There's actually 3 of those rifles on the.
Oh wow.
It's also funny because it's the one rifle we've ever seen in Star Wars that you have to reload.
Yeah.
It's like a repeating rifle, but it doesn't even hold multiple repeating cartridges. Like you have to shoot once and then reload a charging cell.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great. It's super cool. That's the Mandalorian and Grogu.
Star Wars is back, chuds.
Sorry, chuds. Star Wars is back. Better than ever. You thought Empire Strikes Back was good?
Hey, it's making money, man.
It's only losing hundreds of millions of dollars.
Oh gosh. 98 million. Hey, it was projected to do 81 million opening. Oh, so it actually underperformed its low expectation. It's projected like 85 million opening.
By Monday, it was down to 16 million.
On a 4-day weekend, which is actually a 5-day weekend, by the way.
Yeah, because it comes out Thursday. So they're like, oh, it's just like a 2-day opening weekend, normal, or 3-day opening weekend. Oh, but it's a holiday. I guess there's one more day, and it also comes out on Thursday, so it's another day.
Supergirl or Mandalorian and Grogu?
I think Supergirl does better, but they both lose money.
How much do you think Supergirl's going to make at the box office?
I think it'll make 300 million, 400 million. Again, that's still losing money.
Or you think it's going to make 400 million?
After the trailer, I don't. People want to see Lobo.
$400 million worth?
No.
Also, I don't really know why does that mean? Everyone's like, people want to see Lobo. Like, oh, it's Jason Momoa, it's Lobo, cool. How many people even know what Lobo is outside of like comic fans? I guess didn't know who Lobo was. I'm gonna be completely honest. All casual. I don't care. I didn't know who Lobo was.
I guess like 30 people want to see Lobo. I don't know. What's this at? What did you show? Is 160 something?
This is at 160. I'm guessing it'll probably do like 350, being nice. What about this? This is a good idea to say.
Yeah. I don't want old men watching my movie. I'm sorry, that's who comic book fans are. It's men. I don't. It's like they think they have like the Barbie movie on their hands, where they can be like,
but they got Snow White on there.
it's like they're like women are gonna show out for this movie because it's like it's made by women for women. This isn't the Barbie. This is Supergirl. The majority of people who are gonna watch Supergirl are guys because that's the biggest superhero fan audience. That's where it is. The majority of people who bought Supergirl comics are guys. Guys are your audience. And you can try to market to girls.
Also, you're boring. You're
cool.
boring. Who still wants to watch a superhero? I don't want to be a superhero.
It's so tired.
Superheroing is lame. I wear jeans and a t-shirt because that costume is lame.
I don't even want to be a superhero. I just want to be sad and drink.
Now I gotta be a superhero.
I don't. All these powers are just like a big blah.
Superman, he just sees the good in everybody. I see the truth,
I
though.
see the truth.
This is lame. You're a bitch, Superman.
It's so played out. It's tired. Just let heroes be heroic. Let heroes want to be heroic.
Hey, you know who wanted to be heroic?
Spider-Man.
James Bond did in the first mission of 007 First Light, which was so far my favorite mission of the game.
Yeah.
which not a great sign, but I'm I I have a feeling that a lot of people are about to die, and I really hope that's the case. I know, Jake, you were further ahead than me. Don't spoil anything. Okay. So Jake's further ahead than me. I got a couple hours in. First off, dude, look, doing young James Bond, really ill advised. Like, I don't know why they chose to do that. I mean I do, but I don't. It'll be fine if they make another 007 game soon, kind of like they did with Hitman. It's like they get them out and it's like, okay, we kind of can push past the origin thing. Um, I don't know enough about James Bond to sit here and critique every part of James Bond, like as a story and as a character. Um, but the first mission I thought was pretty cool. It's like, oh, you know, he was just there, and now it's like, oh, he's thrust a mission. He chooses to save people. Probably should have been dead at the end, but you know what? That's beside the point. A lot of quick time events, which is kind of like, all right, bro, come on, let's stop with the quick time events. Let's do something else. But it looks good. It's been fun to play. I feel like I'm still in a tutorial though, and I've been playing for a few hours.
Yeah, I just finished what I believe is like the mission, the mission where it's like, all right, now you know what you're doing, and we can do actual James Bond missions. That's where I think I'm at, because it's like you were talking about how it's like it's Kingsman.
Dude,
it's like, it's James Bond and the group of the other guys.
Kingsman's that's kind of insulting to the first Kingsman movie. I only said that because Kingsman is like a parody of Bond. It's more like they were like, what if we did Hogwarts, but it's James Bond? Like, it's like a weird coming of age story so far. Like the prologue is a bunch of
it's like
25-year-olds who are supposed to be the greatest spies on planet Earth, but they're all dumb, stupid, happy-go-lucky people. And I'm like, really? James Bond, who is inspired by like the great secrets or like the original Spec Ops guys in World War II, and he's a dumb 25-year-old with other dumb 25-year-old. I say dumb. I like James Bond himself in this game as a younger Bond. I wish he was older, but whatever. I like that in and of itself. The characters around him, it's so stupid, dude. This chick who's amazing at everything, and then he's got his friend who's like, oh, we were rivals, but now we're friends or something. And it's like, dude, just let me play James Bond. I don't want to play whatever this is. Let me do James Bond stuff. Why am I in a group of ragtag teenagers? So I know Cabby Lame makes a cameo. It's just like, holy 2021 Batman. Yeah. What the hell? Yeah. Look, so far the problem is it's kind of fit my fear of like a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun playing it. I'm not too sure about this whole story thing so far, which is so much of the game. I've been playing for a few hours and I still feel like I'm in a prologue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I have enjoyed as awful as I'm like, as much as I want to be done with all of these quirky, side characters, like I have enjoyed playing it so far.
I'm enjoying it so far, and I really just want to get to the Bond stuff. I want to get to James Bond being James Bond.
Yeah, I'm just worried it might never come.
Yeah.
I'm telling myself, it's gonna happen. You know, they made Hitman. They get to the hitmaning part of Hitman really quickly though.
Yeah, the first the tutorial is Hitman.
Yeah.
Not like.
Also, dude, I get why they had to. I don't actually. The stupid you can't shoot unless the enemy shows intent to kill you is like, all right, bro. They could have just made it like Hitman. They just make the health low enough that it's like you can try to do a shootout, but it's probably not going to work for you, type thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's what 00 means. It means that they have it's a license to kill. That's all. In Casino Royale, the book, which I just started listening to today, and I'm almost done with it, is. That's what he said. He says the only thing you need to do is to earn the 00 is basically be willing to kill someone. So, yeah, whatever. I thought I was kind of annoyed as that got me. Like, I get they don't want to say, Bond's just murdering all these people. I'm also like, come on. Really?
It's like, well, he's
You just gotta superly incentivize the stealth aspect if that's what you want. If you just don't want people gunning through it.
one of the whole points of like being a spy doing these like insanely top secret like world security level like stakes is that you have to be willing to do stuff that's morally not great for like the greater good of everybody. That's one of the interesting things you can do with a lot with character stuff is like they're gonna have to kill some people like 100%, and they're gonna have to do some stuff that maybe they don't like morally, but it's gonna save millions or billions of people if they do it. That's how you get some really cool character stuff.
Yeah. As far as the opening credits, the song, I mean, it's all right. It's better than the last few James Bond songs as Bond songs. I think those songs are okay, but they're super gloomy and dark, which is like not what you want for James Bond opening. This one's okay. It's catchy. You know, it sticks
cool.
with like parts of it stick in my head. They're stuck in my head. But it's not gonna that's not gonna be the classics. Like the Casino Royale one's amazing. You Know My Name, that's a banger. Live and Let Die. Like it's no one's gonna be like, oh yeah, my favorite Bond song is First Light.
Yeah.
They'll be like, I think it's better than the Billie Eilish one, which was like everything sucks and we're all gonna die. And it's better than Spectre, which is everything sucks and we're all gonna die. And it's better than Skyfall, which is everything sucks and we're all gonna die. Like decent songs in their own right, terrible for a Bond opening.
Yeah.
Because Bond, that's been all those movies since Casino Royale was everything sucks and we're all gonna die.
Yeah.
Famously, of course, ending with James Bond going, all right, I'll just go die to some missiles now.
Yeah, I'll just let these missiles kill me real quick.
Yep. Oh, did you watch the Jack Ryan movie, by the way?
Oh, no.
Yeah, it wasn't really.
I forgot that existed.
Yeah. It's all right. I don't know. Jack Ryan, they've tried to get movies going for a while. They haven't. Jack Ryan Ghost War, if you liked the last seasons of the Jack Ryan show, I'm sure you'll find it entertaining. I didn't like those seasons, and this movie felt like Dubai as a country paid them a lot of money and were like, come shoot a movie and talk about how amazing Dubai is. It's no Hunt for Red October, which is barely about Jack Ryan, but it is still technically a Jack Ryan movie. It's no Clear and Present Danger or Patriot Game. It's not going to be. Krasinski is probably the second best Jack Ryan, just because the first two seasons of the show are good.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more of like it's like, okay, is it Krasinski? Is it other than Krasinski? What Alec Baldwin, who's in one movie and he's more of a side character in that movie. Chris Pine, who's in a movie that was so bad they were like, all right, let's just do a TV show next. And Ben Affleck, who was in one movie. It's like, yeah, I guess I'll take John Krasinski as second.
Yeah.
It's just funny because Jack Ryan is, I guess, supposed to be kind of the American Bond-esque.
I guess.
I mean, he's like the only, I guess he's kind of the closest equivalent. Your spy type guy. I don't know. Bond as like a concept doesn't work in America. I think Americans always you just equate American more to a more brutish style of like.
Yeah.
Combat, like Reacher is like that's like the stereotypical American brutish style of like,
yeah,
you know, like I can't picture, even though like you can get it with an American, I can't picture them being the suave, tactical, cool James Bond, but at the same time I don't really picture a British guy being able to do the Reacher type thing, you know, being the brutish or like or even like in Terminalist, like executing a special force. That's, you know, it's kind of just, and that's probably just conditioned over. It's also just how they fight, I guess, in general wars. But I don't know. Jack Ryan was always weird to me. He's an analyst, but he's also former fight. I don't know. The first two seasons of the show were pretty good, though.
Yeah.
Everything since then has been extremely bland. It all blends together. The movie was, what if Mission Impossible Rogue Nation sucked? That's Jack Ryan Goes to War.
Great.
Yeah. So not worth watching, I'll say. But you know, if you got like 2 hours and you need some background noise, it's probably
throw it on while you're doing laundry.
If you got Prime, well, if you're doing laundry and you got Prime, I'd say like Clarkson's Farm or something. But like, if you're just like, you know, you got like I don't really know. If it accidentally auto plays and like you don't really feel like turning the TV off, all right. If the remote's all the way over there and it auto plays and you're just like, I don't think it's like you're really comfy. You won't feel the need to go get up and grab the remote, but you'll kind of be like, this is a little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just like, I'll just let it rock. And then you get about halfway through the movie and be like, all right, I'll go grab the remote. I'm not really feeling this.
Yeah.
I actually don't know if I finished it. I don't know if I made it all the way to the credits rolled. I might have paused with 2 minutes left, like before the credits rolled, and just forgot that I paused it. Because I know I paused it like 2 minutes before the credits rolled, but then I might not have unpaused it. I don't remember.
Yeah.
It does have the partner chick from 21 Bridges. Chadwick Boseman's partner he works with. She plays the exact same character. Oh. She's except a secret agent version. Ooh. She smokes cigarettes and like dresses in baggy clothes. Except she's not a traitor at the end. But other than that, it's literally the exact, because she's just a tired mom who smokes cigarettes in 21 Bridges. Mm-hmm. It's just that she smokes cigarettes and looks tired all the time in this movie. She was like, they were like setting her up to be like a love interest, and then they just didn't kiss. They did a forehead touch.
Oh, classic.
But I couldn't tell if that was like
we're
romantic
friends.
Forehead touch, because she had just gotten shot, and it was like you're dying forehead touch, you know?
Oh, that's not the same.
And then at the end of the movie, he's like, "Oh, how could I get you to go on a date?" And she's like, "You gotta start smoking cigarettes," and then walked away. I was like, "No kiss, really?" Like, this movie sucked, but you at least set up this romance in a way that was okay with how awful the movie was, and you didn't do a kiss in the end. Like, what's the whole point of this? It also did the Mandalorian and Grogu thing. He tells Jim Greer, he's like, "I'm not going to go on this mission." And then Mike November shows up. He's like, "You ready to go on the mission?" He's like, "Let's go on the mission."
Let's go. I'm ready. All right, yeah. All right, Zeb, let's get out of here.
Yeah, I guess they're still making a Rainbow Six movie.
Cool.
I have no idea if it'll be any good. I doubt it, considering it's a sequel to Without Remorse, which was a movie that was like...
Why is it a sequel to Without Remorse?
Well, that's how it is. The book, originally in the book, because Jim Clark, or Jim Kelly, who becomes John Clark, he's the main character of Without Remorse. It's the story of his family dying, and then he goes on to found Rainbow. So they did the Without Remorse movie with the intention of doing the Rainbow Six movie, and then it's still greenlit, but like there was the strikes, and then like Michael B. Jordan's busy, and then...
Is it still greenlit? Like, all those Star Wars movies and stuff are still greenlit?
Apparently it's still like they've re-entered active pre-production, I think. I don't know. This movie not getting seen at all might tank in a bit, unless it is getting seen a lot. I don't really know.
Who knows? Autoplay does wonders.
That is true, especially on Amazon. They love to do that. All right. I want to go play James Bond some more. I want to see if everyone dies.
Yep.
And we talked about Mando and Grok and, Mandaloople and Group Sloopadoople.
Schmuggle-dumpus.
It's bad. Next week, I guess we'll probably talk about Spider Noir. I don't know. I just kind of forgot that came out. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe more about James Bond. Who knows? Anyway,
I'm going to see Backrooms on Thursday. Pretty excited for that.
Dude, cool. I can't do horror movies in the theater. I'm too scared.
No, I do get scared, but it just looked really good.
It does look very good. Apparently, it's so good that everyone's like, this 20-year-old could not have directed this movie.
Well, that's
like, there's genuinely people saying that there's a ghost director.
That's hilarious.
I'm not even kidding. This is a popular online theory right now, is that there is a ghost director because the dude's 20 years old. I think the trailer looks incredible.
The trailer looks really cool.
As a avid listener to the Creepcast podcast, I am into the creepypasta stuff. I just don't know if I can do it in a theater, dude. I'm gonna be so
scared. I'm gonna be so scared.
I don't know.
I'm not like I'm not a big horror movie guy, but if it's like a cool premise,
it is the kind of horror I like.
It depends on the kind of horror. Yeah, and
I don't like slasher horror movies. I think they're dumb.
They're just not fun.
It's the cheap jump scare, and it's always something like Michael Myers, 37. It's like, oh, we shoot him with the gun, but he lives.
But he's fine. Oh. No,
whatever,
but like
I
like really well-made horror, especially like cosmic or like fantastical. I like that stuff. It's not my favorite genre, so it has to be like a really good movie for
Dude,
me to enjoy
it's
it.
probably it might be my least favorite movie genre, but I think if it was like what type of genre can you analyze the best is come horror, because the amount of times I listen to Creepcast, how quickly I can pick up on a this sucks balls or this is really good when I'm listening to it.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's like I don't care about horror. I just find this podcast funny.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it'll be, oh, there's also a really good story in here somewhere. Rarely, but because it is free stories on Reddit. But yeah, I would if there are horror fans out there and you also like some comedy, I'd recommend the Creepcast podcast.
It's also
with Wendigoon and Meat Canyon.
It's also a pretty cool genre because it's like you can make just really.
There's so much you can do with it.
You can make really cool stuff, and you can usually do it for pretty cheap.
Well, dude, you know, like how impactful your writing has to be in a genre where it's like in this day and age, you wrote some pretty racist stuff, but everyone still uses your name to define part of a genre. With Lovecraftian. Lovecraftian is commonly used in horror, and it's like you could read the Call of Cthulhu, and it's like, I didn't even know that slur existed.
Yeah.
Which I'm not gonna sit here and be a guy who's like, he was racist, you can't read him now, blah blah blah. Because it's like lived in the 30s. Like he might have been a little more he was definitely more racist. You know, considering people try to call like Tolkien racist, it's like,
yeah, it's like, okay, he
like,
was actually racist.
Read some Tolkien. One's got a lot more disdain for different races in their writing than it doesn't mean Call of Cthulhu ain't great. You know, it's still one of the most important stories probably ever written as far as genre defining. But yeah, it's like to have gone through the era where it was like, we're like, by the way, you can't like this old thing because racism, or even like, oh, this person tweeted something, we can't like their movie anymore.
Like,
to still be a term that's used when it's like Call of Cthulhu is just filled to the brim with slurs. It's like, all right, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to be pretty good at doing that in order for that to stick around.
Yeah, that's a good point. For like,
because even Tolkien doesn't really have like Tolkienism is kind of a thing you'll get, but like people won't like read a fantasy story and go, that was Tolkienian. Like,
yeah, there's
you'll
not
say there's Tolkienisms in there. It reminds me a lot of Lord of the Rings, but it's not like with horror where you're like, this is very Lovecraftian when you're describing.
Yeah,
it's
there's not like a
adjective
Tolkien term. It's like, it's pretty much universally acknowledged that like 99% of fantasy is inspired in some way by Tolkien.
Which I will say,
or
inspired
right. Yeah, or inspired by someone who is inspired by Tolkien. Like, we're to the point where it's like
modern fantasy. Modern
fantasy is like
fantasy.
Inspired by people who were inspired by Tolkien.
Yes. So, but yeah, it's like you don't read, you know, your average fantasy thing.
Yeah,
and
that was very Tolkienian.
Yeah. But like horror, you get a cosmic horror. You're like, I really love the like Lovecraftian nature of it, which is like, that's crazy impact on a genre. Like for what it is. Which I mean, Cthulhu is such a weird story that is like also by nature antithetical to Tolkien, which is kind of funny that we circle back to Tolkien. But
yeah,
in a way, he's like, because Tolkien is like, what if there was evil, but everything was naturally good? And Call of Cthulhu is like, what if everything sucks balls? And it always has sucked balls, and it'll continue to suck balls. Just like most H.P. Lovecraft stories, he's like, what if everything sucked? But not like the story, like as in like the world around the story is like, what if everything was terrible, bad and evil and awful? To an extent where George R. Martin's probably like, all right, dude, come on.
Whoa,
there's gotta be some good people. Right. There's gotta be something good.
All right, Negative Nelly, you can at least write like one good character and then kill him or something.
Yeah, George R. Martin probably reads the Lovecraft. He's like, oh, okay, well, I mean, that's a little dark.
Right. Chill out, bro. Maybe sneak an orgy in there somewhere. Come on.
Yeah, he would read an orgy and be like, that's kind of dark.
Kind of a boring orgy. You didn't even describe the food.
Dude, I don't know. Maybe I will go see Packers. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't the catering. No, I'm so scared. I'm gonna be pissing myself.
I think I will 100% watch Backrooms when it's in streaming.
I will let you
with
know
the
if it's
horror
good
movie
enough to.
I can deal with the horror movie in my house.
Mhm.
Like
It's
it's
also
fine. I can pause if I need to. I can pause it. Which oh, you're scared? Yes, bro. All right.
yes,
I
bro.
don't like it,
That's the
right?
point. I don't like to be scared. Why would
I
I
don't
why would
like
I
it.
want to be scared? That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's like
But
sometimes I'll like need to pause for a second, even like think through because if like I can deal with the horror too if I can pause and kind of like theory craft mid horror is kind of like
yeah.
takes
Or
the that's how I find more enjoyment
if
in horror
if I'm
than just
watching
being like, oh,
something,
this is terrifying.
yeah, if I'm watching it and I can be like, this is kind of dumb. Then
Yeah.
I can be like, oh, I'm not scared anymore because this is kind of dumb. But that works better for bad movies. So good movies, I'm just super into it, and I'm like,
Like my favorite horror story is probably Left Right Game, and it's like there's a lot of theory crafting that's going on. That is part of the reason I do love Creepcast as a podcast because it makes the horror genre. They pause in the middle and start theory predicting and like, or just going like, yo, this sucks.
yeah.
Which is like it adds the internal break. So I'm not just. I don't know that I could do like a horror audio drama listen. Like that would be like, oof,
Especially if
be
it's
rough.
dark.
Yeah, I don't know. Backroom.
Like, nah, bro.
Like the only two
I'm
I've
scared
seen
of the
three
dark.
horror movies. I've seen 3 horror movies in theaters, which is Sinners, which is not really a horror movie. It's a thriller and it's a vampire movie, so it's
Yeah.
kind of like horror, whatever. It's gonna have predictable jump scares. And then both FNAF movies, which is like the games are infinitely scarier when it comes to the lore
Oh,
and
I
the
assure you, they.
jump scares. And like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm just here for the dumb goofiness of the FNAF movie, not really for this being a quality horror movie.
Yeah. I gauge it like I watched FNAF 2 alone in a dark room, and at no point was I scared. Like, if I don't have to pause the movie, stand up, go turn lights on,
I had
put a blanket on to watch the film, it's not scary.
I watched FNAF 1 in a sold out opening day theater, and I was stuck in the front row, and it was like everyone was memeing in the crowd, which is like to an extent I kind of hate when I'm watching a movie, but it's like the only way that the FNAF 1 movie was gonna like because I'm sitting there. Because like most things, I will not go like, oh, this breaks lore. Which we got a hate comment about this on like a 7 to 9 week old episode. Someone commented a couple weeks ago like that it was mad because we like stuff that isn't comic book accurate.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's like most things I won't go. He wouldn't do that, which I will sometimes. Like, oh, in the comics, he doesn't do that. Bro, FNAF, the lore is good enough that you could tell a movie that when they were like, what if instead of Mike being William Afton's son, it was Vanessa? I'll just be like, what the hell?
What?
Why? What if the whole central theme of the story, what if the whole central characters of the story wasn't like that?
What if it was different?
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, yeah.
The FNAF
but I needed everyone memeing with FNAF. Well, FNAF 1 was okay.
Yeah.
Not as a FNAF movie, but like as a general horror movie, it was okay. Yeah. FNAF 2 sucked.
FNAF 2 is terrible. All right, I gotta wrap it up.
All right, links down below and stuff. Jake's doing live streams now. You gonna do a Backrooms live stream?
I'll be out of town for like the rest of the week, so I'm not watching it with my stuff. But when I get back, I'll probably, if it's good, I'll probably talk about it.
Lame-o.
Well,
You're back for Wednesday, right?
I'll be back then.
All right, we'll figure out what we're gonna talk about. Probably be Spider Noir, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. We are now through the month of May, which means Daredevil, Punisher, Mando, and Grok is done. Supergirl, I think, is the next movie.
Only peek ahead. Only peek.
Yeah. It only gets better from here. It only goes uphill to downhill.
It only goes up the.
Unironically, I do think Supergirl cannot be a worse movie, but I could dislike it a lot more.
I will most certainly dislike it more because it will be more. It might not be as bad, but it will be more offensive to
quality.
Quality and lore, logic, character,
life. And I like superheroes more than Star Wars at this point, which is kind of sad. But
which is
like,
really if you told 12-year-old me that I would like superheroes
anything more than Star Wars,
that I would like,
let alone everything more than Star Wars. Yeah, telling 7-year-old, telling 4-year-old me after I watched A New Hope and was like, "This is the greatest thing ever" at 4 years old, and I still had more of a brain than Dave Filoni writing. And if you told me I'd like anything more than Star Wars, I would have been like, "All right, come on, let's not be ridiculous.
You're gonna like your family more than Star Wars." I'd be like,
I was like, "All right, come on, let's be real." As every normal human, Jesus, Star Wars, Star Wars.
Star Wars. Family.
I don't know what comes after Star Wars.
As a logical human being, I don't.
Yes, as a child,
I don't even compute the next stuff.
It goes Jesus, then narrowly that beats out Star Wars. Barely,
and then dinosaurs.
Only because he died for my sins.
Only because he's scratching my back.
All right, then Star Wars.
Luke Skywalker doesn't personally save me.
T-Rexes, and then Iron Man. And if you were like, by the way, you'll like everything more than Star Wars. 4 to 7-year-old me is like, all right, come on, let's have your
no. Who? What?
You think I'm gonna like my parents more than Star Wars? Come
on. No chance.
Crazy.
You are insane.
Yeah, so you can check out Jake's links down below. He's doing live streams because he's too lazy to edit videos, so he's just gonna do live streams and re-upload them, which I was thoroughly entertained by his Mando and Grok live stream.
Thank you.
I figured since
part of it was because I realized on a walk the other day. My channel is called Rants and Reviews, and I had never done a rant. I'd never ranted before. I've only done reviews.
In fairness, I haven't watched your Avatar video. It's long. It's gotta be a rant.
I rant in my, but I'd never like done a dedicated rant about something, and I was like, I guess like that could be a thing.
You did call Darth Vader a glup shitto, which was questionable, but
they have turned Darth Vader into a glup shitto.
No, because everyone still knows who Darth Vader is. He's a key jangle. He's not a glup shitto. Because glup shitto is
more accurate.
Because glup shitto, the meme of glup shitto is like, oh, there's a random character named Glup shitto, and that's Joe Schmo's favorite.
You're right. It's a key jangle. Not
I know what you were saying. I knew what you were saying, but I was like, okay, calling Darth Vader glup shitto.
Yeah.
Try glasses.
Yeah.
Type shit. You're giving off try glasses vibes. So you got to correct that if you're good. But yeah, you can check Jake out. He's linked down below. I'm working on a Star Wars Mandalorian video. It's probably not gonna be a review of the movie, to be honest, because there's not much to review there. We literally like kind of went in depth, and I was like, all right, I'm getting bored of this. Let's go through the last hour and a half of the movie. And we still covered all of the main plot points. So you can check out my links down below. This is also on my channel. You can check out our Spotify down below. You can give us a follow or whatever. And if you believe in Spotify more than this, and we're live here every Wednesday. So you can check that out as well. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next week, hopefully. Bye.
Bye.